Sorry.
The vendors see it and then they're all over you. And we've had a guy that said, they're gonna throw stuff.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Sheridan Redevelopment Commission meeting for January 27th, 2026. Before we get started, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
President, is Mr. Higgins on Zoom link?
He is not. He's got it.
He has.
He said thank you. Now he's on there.
Fair enough.
So, okay. Mr. Higgins, at least somewhere. First item, pledge, myself, Commissioner Ells and Commissioner Porterfield are present. Election of officers is the first thing on the agenda. We have to elect a president and a secretary. Or do we have
Vice president and a secretary.
I'll open up the nominations for president.
I'll nominate that we make president.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? We have to make a motion to close the nomination.
Just
No.
make a motion that I'm back.
Uh,
Someone do that.
I move to acclimate.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. All right. Vice President, I will open nominations.
Uh,
I'll make a motion.
Secretary or vice president?
This will likely be my last meeting.
Oh,
So the president, and vice president have to have different nominating or different appointing. And
I
you have
just,
the appointing authority on.
so it has to be
So it has to
Mr.
be
Lyons.
Either Mr. Lyons or Mr. Ells.
That's- can we wait until another appointee is named and operate without a vice president?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well then I'll open nominations for secretary. I'll nominate. Ells is gone. Do you want to do it again?
There's not much other option.
I'll nominate Commissioner Porterfield
Really good.
for secretary.
Second.
Motion to acclimate.
Motion to acclimate Porterfield as secretary.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Can I oppose?
All right. That's done. We'll just appoint the vice president at the next meeting. Everyone had a chance to review the minutes for the November 2025 meeting. So I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November.
Second.
I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes. Consent agenda is the payment installment for Main Street Inc. contractual services. This
This is your annual engagement, it's installed quarterly, so it's not your next payment.
okay.
And we are settled with Main Street Inc. from calendar year 25, correct? After we issued the payment in November?
That's the third.
Yes, we received the first payment in November, and this is your second payment. And we are now even for services given to you in 2025.
Okay. What's the amount of payment? 6,000. I'll make a motion that we approve payment to Sheridan Main Street Inc. in the amount of $6,000 for administrative services to the grant.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes.
I didn't say aye. Aye.
You're taking minutes. You just write down your vote. Old business, Sheridan Facade Improvement Grant Program update.
Well, we have 2.5 requests tonight, and then I need to update something. So I sent you your file. Let's start with 210 South Main. 210 South Main is the Adorning Oaks building, which has opened the front of their store to a pop-up Planted Prairie, a coffee shop, coffee and pastry shop. And I sent you the one-page summary, and then you have the full file. They got an award, you granted an award in November for those two side windows, which will also have a sliding window. So there, it is not a drive-through, it is a walk-up for summertime. He accepted the award. In their process, they now want to do a new commercial door with a full glass. I believe the cleanest thing is what I recommended in your packet, and Mr. Weitzel has now given it to me all in writing. I think our first thing we need to do is accept the owner, Kurt Weitzel of 210 South Main, denying his November window grant and closing that out. Because then we're going to offer, I'm going to ask you to look at the grant that puts the windows in the door all in one place, and then we're done. I think it's the cleanest way to do it. So Mr. Weitzel has given it to us all in writing. He simply has said, the November 2025 award, he would like to return it to you so that he can include it into a greater packet that now includes an entry door. I think we need to vote on that first, that you accept his return of that, so I can close that award.
Clarity, has there been any money distributed? to this
None.
project?
None.
We just amend them.
I think what she's recommended is you put in your record that you canceled the original grant request approval 210. And he's coming in with a separate instrument for your approval.
Right.
So Mr. Keever, is what before the commission tonight is get the new grant request or?
We have two things to do. We need to accept, and his first grant was for 2,300 for the windows. We need to, I think you need to vote on that. We are accepting Mr. Weitzel's request to return the November 2025 award for the two window replacement.
You're gonna terminate.
They're going to terminate that for November. Right. Terminate. Thank you, sir.
Alright. So I will move. Do we have any concern with the revised project? So then I'll make our motion that we cancel the previously approved Sheridan facade improvement grant made in November to 210 South Main Street.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to terminate the original award awarded back in November to 210 South Main Street. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? That's done.
I would like to put in front of you a request for 210 South Main. Mr. Bertrand has it on the screen for you. You have it in your packet. So Planted Prairie is a pop-up in front of the Adorning Oaks. They hope to grow it even to expand to the side, but that's not what they're doing now. As the drawing, you can see the two windows, actually, you can see them from Main Street. They've been boarded in. That will be full glass. And as you can see in that top right picture, there is a slider window. Their plan, and they have worked with the church parking lot to get permission to do so. Their plan is, weather permitting, there will now be some tables and chairs out along the side that you'll see from Main Street, which is important to us. And you can walk up actually to your window and get your coffee. So you can see what they're doing with those two windows. They also, if you can see the picture in the second row, you can see it's kind of a residential door. They're trying to get as much light and illusion of space as they can get in there because it's a tight spot. And they would put in this door that you see here is a commercial grade full light window, much like the one we put at the back of the hardware store. And that would be the whole project. At the top, you can see the total project cost is $6,274. The owner would have out-of-pocket expenditures of $3,137. So I just gave you, as I always do, just an update there. It's a pretty simple project. It will really make a difference on the inside of that space.
And this is Mr. Whitesell requesting the grant? or
The
is
owner
this-
of the property is Kurt Weitzel.
And
Yes, and
he's
he's
requesting.
requested it in his name.
Uh, I've been in the building. Right now it's kind of dark. I mean, better windows and lighting would be nice, especially for the current tenants of the front of the building. So I'll make a motion that we approve the new application submitted for 201 South Main, 210 South Main Street, excuse me, for the amount of $6,274 with a matching grant of $3,137.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the grant for 210 South Main, not to exceed, or grant not to exceed 3,137. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes.
Thank you. So the committee, that's, we still are Jeff Dreher, Julie Neff, and myself, received a request from 406 South Main. Judy Graham is the property owner. Our first concern was it a truly exterior project? Because our guidelines say exterior. So the picture's there, and then you've got the full file of it. The first picture you see in that top row on the left, that is the exterior door that will be replaced. Well, to do that, you need a new door jamb, you need a new door threshold. And then when she had someone come to look at that, the second picture there in the middle, as ugly as that is the back of that wall. And her vendor says in order to secure that door and to rebuild it, that it stays, there's also it's not as clear, but on the right side of the first picture wall, there's a crevice that would be fixed. They would take out that door, put in new threshold. They would clean up the back of that brick and re-brick it as it had originally been done. So you can see it's kind of extensive work. And the committee, we feel that it is still an exterior project because it stabilizes and sustains that wall. So that was our first consideration when she came to ask us, did it qualify as an exterior project? Because it's going to end up, what you would see in that first picture in the first row on the left, you will see that kind of a plaster look redone from the outside with a brand new door. There is a picture of the door for you down there below. That's what you'll see from the outside. From the inside, all of that brickwork will be secured, stabilizing the wall, and all new tuck point has to happen. Because she's working on the alley side, that picture to the right there in the top row, that corner has water seepage. It definitely needs to be addressed, and it would be addressed in this project, as would the bottom picture there, that little narrow column. If you look into it, we have a new awning there, but behind that is again tuck pointing that's allowing water into the building. This is a building that needs some work, as some of our buildings do. And you got to start somewhere. But we do as a committee say that we think it meets the guidelines. So that was the first thing. The next challenge was if you pull down to where that says Arvin Masonry. So I worked with Ms. Graham. This is what he gives as a quote. We have never accepted that type of a quote. I asked her, I suggested to her I could send her quotes that the RDC has approved, like a top-notch quote or something else. I showed her that and said, I think they're going to want something more like that. She came back and said, this is what he does. And I said, well, I will bring it before the committee and before you, and you can read through it if you think it meets. We don't have in our guidelines that the quote has to be on letter. We don't have that. It's just, do you think this gives enough guidance that we would know how to do the walkthrough and how to make sure we got what you gentlemen have given money for? The committee talked about it quite a bit, and we just decided we would forward it to you and see what you think. It's just that it's not the typical type of full packet that we bring to you. And at the top, it does tell you it's basically a $20,000 project. So you would be awarding a match of 10.
You're not party for this relationship between the property owner and this vendor.
Yeah.
You won't distribute any monies until it's passed satisfactory.
Yep.
Inspection, not only by the owner, but also by
The committee.
While it's not the most sophisticated document, it's still nonetheless about.
Yeah, well, and I guess the only thing I wish I could somewhat see is justification for why it's $20,000. But outside of just saying it's $20,000 project, but I don't
I-
necessarily have a problem with the document, because I mean, they do say what they're gonna do.
It's 19.5.
19.5.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
19.5.
rounding.
No, I just want to be sure that you're.
Yeah.
He did, we did ask for we did assure that the warranty was there because you do ask for a warranty. The committee and I looked into Arvin Masonry is a longtime vendor out of Noblesville. I mean, he is known to do the work.
I mean, it's like Todd said, we're not distributing money right now, and so I
So there's been an example already where there's been a masonry vendor contractor that has not fully performed.
Yes,
Property owner dismissed them, didn't implicate the RDC, which delayed distribution of monies until the job is completed and satisfactory.
there has been that. And I can't see in the future, but I can tell you that we have the pictures and we have what he says he would do. And as a committee, we certainly in a walkthrough will know if there are lintels, if the brick has been placed back, if there is tuck point, we would know that. We certainly, we tell you all the time, we are not your construction experts, but we'll walk through and see if the number of things they listed to be done. We certainly, it'll be evident whether the door is in an appropriate door frame with an appropriate threshold. The door rating is definitely what you guys would want. I mean, if you didn't have a chance yet to read about the door, it's a fire rated door. We look at that kind of stuff as committee as what we think you would want to be doing. It's just that this has not been typical.
Did the property owner receive multiple estimates?
She did. There's in your full packet, she did give me the vendor table. She talked to Top Notch. They were unavailable for so long, she couldn't wait for them. She did have another one as well, who just didn't provide a quote. And then this quote, she did ask, she has been probably for about 3 months trying to decide what to do with this, but she just now came forward asking for a grant.
In the second picture with the wire, that's the interior of the building, correct? Above the door opening?
Yes, that's
Okay.
that's the interior wall above the
Okay.
door opening.
And the first picture, the door is the gray section underneath
It
the
is.
conduit.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
bit, that's what she sent me, but yes,
Okay.
that's where you would see a new frame, threshold and door.
And then the repair in the bottom picture on the left, next to the mural, will the mural be damaged or replaced if that's repaired?
What you're seeing, if you blow it up, it's those bricks up in between there and they're letting water seep in because that needs to all have new tuck point in
Okay.
it.
But the mural should remain in
Pardon?
the mural. that's
Oh, the
there.
mirror, yeah, that box, and I mean, it's not a part of the project, it's the owner's discretion to move it, but
Okay.
she's not, I did not have any conversation about that.
yeah, I don't have a problem. Do you have any? No.
I'll make a motion that we approve the application for 406 South Main Street to Judy Graham in the amount of $19,500 with a matching amount of $9,750.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve the application for 406 South Main Street. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
I have an item, because it came to the committee as a formal request for a payout, we need to tell you about it. So 311 South Main is Tammy Batnich building, the one that has been closed by a state agency. She contacted our committee and said she was ready for a payout. And so as we do, I said, here's what we're going to need. Well, in the conversation, and I have talked to Zach about this, in the conversation, the only money out of her pocket has been the down payment back in March. There is not, I explained to Ms. Batnage, you don't have a fully executed, closed invoice saying paid in full. It still shows a balance due of 13,000. So we're not ready to go to RDC. And I did, though, if you remember at the time when this request, we did ask her to let us know what she was doing to get the building where it is not closed by a state agency. And so that was all in the packet that she gave us. The committee just, we don't have, and I talked with her quite some time. She would have preferred, I said, sure, we can do that, but we can't. And what, we just wanted to make sure you knew that this request had come to the committee and we're not bringing it to you because I don't have a fully executed invoice paid in full.
What was the address?
311, it's Tammy's building, not the building on the alley, but the one over that roof. That roof has been repaired. To my understanding, she is questioning the quality herself of the vendor and whether he owes her money for damage from a rainstorm that went through when it was not covered. But I don't, that's what she shared that with me. But it really just came down to, we don't have a full packet to bring to you.
And just for the minutes.
Yeah.
The only money that she has spent is for the original down payment.
Down payment, it was 10,250, I think, and that was back in March. That's the only out-of-pocket expense she has.
And no work's been completed since, correct?
Pardon?
And no other work's been completed to the project.
No.
So I have an issue with committing public funds to buildings that can't be inhabited. I also have an issue with public funds being committed to a building that is, the owner is willingly not inhabiting or renting out. So we kind of touched on this in October, November of the work and the expectation and some stipulations that we put in to awarding that grant, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
And no progress has been made, correct?
I asked her what she could give, could she write me an update working with the, she says the state fire marshal, it really comes through Homeland Security, but anyway, the state agency, she has not. I guess the committee's thought was, that's a bridge that'll be crossed at some point, but right now, we just don't have a full packet to bring you. So I don't know. But no, at the time, I can update you that she has reported to the committee that she has not done any further work on trying to get that reopened
Do we
and
need
that
to take
restriction
action on
removed.
this?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think not to be discussed tonight. It does present a kind of circumstance where if you have a outstanding grant, distributed no money, if you made a commitment on their return promise. But we need to think about how long will that run?
Yes.
How long we leave that out there and there's not then going forward. So something we talk about.
And in your full applications, Mr. Bertrand, there is always an end date. Typically, we say end of the year that it was applied for. We haven't had that tested yet, but in their application online, there is always an end date. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Next agenda item is, well, first of all, is that all old business?
Yes.
Okay. New business RDC Resolution 2026-01, confirmatory resolution establishing the Comcast Fiber Project Economic Development Area and Allocation Area. We have to have a public hearing on this.
Like me to do a little explanation first, and then you can open your public hearing. Just to walk you down memory lane, back in your November meeting, the 25th of November, the commission adopted a declaratory resolution declaring the entire town jurisdiction as the Comcast Fiber Project Economic Development Area and designated the entire town as the Comcast Fiber Project Allocation Area. And indicated that Comcast and its affiliates, successors, were a designated taxpayer under in section 39.3 of the Redevelopment Act. Now, what does that mean? That means dating back to January 1 of 2025, the commission will be capturing the tax increment of the business personal property tax paid in the future by Comcast for all the cable that they're putting in throughout, the town. And have been since January of last year. At the meeting on the 25th of November, we did not have a map of anticipated location of all of those improvements. We do have that now, and Tron put that up on the, it's in the declaratory, it's an attachment to the declaratory resolution.
Next body.
I'll send it to you.
I thought we were all here. Okay.
Yeah, declaratory resolution. So this shows, there's actually several pages that show where throughout the township this personal property is being installed. There's a couple of regulations attached also as to some relocations that are happening. So the resolution before you, 2026-01, confirms your findings in the declaratory resolution. Following the declaratory resolution, we published notice of this hearing. Mr. Higgins, who's online, notified all underlying taxing units. And the clerk treasurer notified all county departments as required by statute. Also, the planning commission approved the declaratory resolution. The council has approved the declaratory resolution. So this is the last step in the process. So I will tell you before your public hearing, we're gonna have to work this through with the auditor's office because they are, I think this is the first spider tip in Hampton County. I'm certain about that. There have been only maybe a dozen or so of them throughout the state. So they're used to seeing a list of 10 parcels, and this is where you're capturing tax increment. This will be the entire town, but it is with business personal property tax, which Mr. Higgins can explain further. How they have a formula that they allocate this. So we're hopeful that this will get the job done, and we'll work with Jim and the auditor's office to be sure they understand the program. And if there's anything that has to be done, we'll come back to you for it.
It looks like Mr. Higgins is actually not in the meeting now.
Okay. He said he would be available.
I should be right here, I hope.
I don't think
I trust Jim.
I was gonna say, no, I trust Jim with everything, so.
This will operate very similar, if not identical to your,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Oh, Rich.
Before I open,
Daniel, can you hear me?
then I will open the public hearing at 6:29 PM. If anyone has anything to say about this, please step forward. You were. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing at 6:29 PM. And then, if there's no further questions or discussion needed, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we approve resolution number RDC 2026-01. A resolution of the Town of Sheridan Redevelopment Commission confirming a declaratory resolution establishing an economic development area and declaring the area an allocation area.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve RDC resolution 2026-01. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes. Is there any further agendas?
I got 2026-02.
Not currently listed, but I can, not at least on the agenda that I was looking at, but I see it in the, okay, so we'll go to 2026-02.
Okay, you better amend the agenda then to add under new business resolution number RDC 2026-02. So motion to that effect.
I'll make a motion. We amend the agenda to reflect resolution number RDC 2026-02.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, now moving on to resolution 2026-02.
Back in 2020-ish, the town established the Sheridan Community Development Corporation, which is a nonprofit public benefit corporation that many towns, and cities have that can operate as a partner in development and redevelopment projects. Some cities use it they use it more so than their redevelopment commission, Carmel, they go in and our group happens to represent Carmel, or CDC, they call it. And the one Sheridan is pretty much so set norm. It has $125,000 in the bank, which I'm not sure how that was received, a grant. Or
There was property that was transferred from the council of the Army to the CDC, who did the CDC, so.
so there is an opportunity now for, but then the CDC consists of appointees by the president of the council, that is currently Silas Devaney, Daniel Bragg, and Todd Tron. It's set dormant for 4 or 5 years, and then there's an opportunity to purchase a 4-acre property west to the end of 6th Street. That was apparently a former town landfill. And on behalf of the CDC, phase 1 has been conducted, which told the history of the property, and that it was used as a land, I call it landfill, it's probably not the right word, it has to call it down. But it was a disposal area that was utilized formerly used by the town and apparently others. So we concluded that there's no additional liability to the town for acquiring this, because if there's a cleanup ever determined, the town's going to be responsible for it. So the members of the council have concluded that they would like the Community Development Corporation to purchase this property. We've negotiated a purchase price of $66,000 for the property, which can be paid out of the CDC's funds. We have a purchase agreement in the hands of the seller for review, and if everything goes forward as anticipated, we'll have a short meeting of the Community Development Corporation meeting prior to the council meeting next Tuesday. There's no action by the council that is required on this, with one exception. In cleaning up the CDC, which was put together fairly hurriedly at the time, we have drafted new articles, we've got bylaws, we have other organization documents. Current articles require that any amendment of the articles be approved by the RDC and the town council. I happen to know that it was copied from the Carmel CDC, verbatim the Carmel CDC original articles, and there was a fight between the RDC and the council at the time. So they said, if you're going to change anything, what would say it's cumbersome. So this resolution approves the amendment of the articles by the CDC, and it also acknowledges that the RDC is being removed in this new version as an approving body for future article minutes.
So this is coming off our plate and just going to town council.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes sense. Anything? No? There's no questions. I'll entertain a motion.
No, I mean, 4 acres, regardless of what it is, sounds pretty good for 66,000 in Hamilton County.
Recall this was before you had discussion, when their developer was seeking a tip bond, and we had many discussions about it. It's never came to fruition, so.
I'll make a motion that we approve RDC resolution 2026-02. A resolution of the town of Sheridan Redevelopment Commission approving the amended and restated articles of the incorporation of the Sheridan Community Development Corporation.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve resolution RDC 2026-02. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes. Now, Is there anything else? Seeing no other agenda items, our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, February 24 at 6 PM right here. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
I've got a resolution for you to sign.